I flew all the way from Australia to England to play football. A whopping 14-hour flight to Dubai, followed by another 8-hour flight to Manchester, adding up to a total of 24 hours, including turnover, which is approximately 16,986 kilometers, which is 10,000 miles. It better be worth it. But why did I travel this far? So for the longest time, it's been my dream to watch an Arsenal game. 6 months ago, my club organised a trip to England to play football. This was the best opportunity for my dream to come true, so I said yes. After the grueling flight, I arrived at 12 o'clock when the lads picked us up to head to our hotel room for the next 2 weeks. But it did not end there for the day. We took a whopping 1-hour drive to Anfield for what was our first stadium tour of the trip. And holy shit, I'd seen nothing like it before. I've never even seen a Premier League stadium in my life. Me and the fellas took a few photos. I had to get with my 2 favourite Liverpool players, Thiago and Trent, my brothers. I also loved how they showed us the away dressing room along with all the best players that have played at Anfield before. We got to see the lovely stadium from top and below at a beautiful time of sunset. And in all honesty, across all the stadiums we went to this trip, Anfield was my favourite, and you'll see why it was not Emirates. I really do adore how scary this place looks, and as an away fan, I would shit myself to be here. It really is a fortress. Finished the day and I was tired as shit, so I hit the hay. Day 2, we packed our shit and we went shopping for a few hours. The difference in stuff here to Australia is actually crazy. You know, I had to cop some gear, so I had some black cargos, some nice blue jeans, and some Sambas. I didn't feel much as I don't think me shopping or eating is much to write home about. By 4 o'clock, we got into our new fresh red kits and headed over to Mick Clegg. Mick Clegg was the power development coach at Manchester United from 2000 to 2011 and coached the likes of Roy Keane, Ronaldo, Beckham, Rooney, Scholes, Giggs, Neville, and more of that incredible United team. This guy was the real fucking deal. The session consisted of numerous agility, acceleration, and strength tests. The bloke's got this farmhouse looking joint, but then inside is an amazing facility. The boys struggled a bit with the exercises, but it was a good learning curve to start this trip. Day 3, I went for my first Tesco run, and I tell you what, there's not much selection over there, and I'm not getting used to this weather. It is too bloody cold. Going from a hot 30 degrees in Sydney to a grueling 1 degree in Manchester is not the best. But one takeaway is I have a new love for wearing gloves now. Anyways, today's key goal was to head over to Calculated Performance. They are a company focused on individual training, athletic performance, and have numerous centres across Manchester. Me and the lads got trained by a brilliant coach along with a professional photographer who took pics like these. And if you want to see more photos, head over to my Instagram. It'll be up on the screen and in the description. We got into some tight skills focusing on possession-based drills. After the session, we headed over to our first pub of many. I'm fully convinced England only has chips, burgers, fish, and the occasional pizza place on the sidewalk. There's little to no diversity here, honestly. Later that night, we got into the kiddie van and headed to Arndale to do some shopping and whatnot. We had a peruse in Sports Direct, and a 4-story Sports Direct is actually insane. I loved it. Obviously, I had to check out the jerseys, but I'm not gonna cop some because I'm going to Arsenal soon. And then we found this sick game. I've seen it before on TikTok somewhere, but this is fucking sick. We played a few rounds of that. Day 4 of this adventure, absolutely loving it so far. Starting the day off right, decided to take a walk to Tesco to get water because the hotel doesn't have safe drinking water out of their taps, which is unbelievably helpful. After getting back, after chucking socks out the window, we saw a park and decided to have a geese, and oh my god, it was actually so sick. That isn't snow, that's ice from how cold it is. The boys played around a bit and even decided to eat some. Around 11, we went to Old Trafford, and I tell you what, it wasn't that bad, except for the fact that we didn't get in the stadium tour because there wasn't enough room. But we headed off to our main attraction for the day, Wigan Football Club Academy. We were taken in by Jay, who introduced us to their awesome facility.
Honestly, this is what taking drugs does to you lads. It's well worth it, let me say that for nothing. Don't put that in the video.
Just you need some gas on.
Shout out to Dimmy for this absolute wonder strike.
Go,
Headed home, got changed for dinner. Some definitely more than others. Flippin' heck, what a man. We had a feed consisting of some Greek food, and I shot this wonder of a video here.
Yo, what is up, chat? What the fuck?
Big day today. A 4 a.m. sharp wake up to head over to London. The lads were definitely not for a 4-hour drive, but it had to be done. And mate, look at the state of that fog, not a single bit of safety included. Got our hot chockies and we were on our way. First on the agenda, a match day Arsenal Stadium tour. 3rd of December, Arsenal vs Wolves. I was home. I couldn't believe it. My dream literally came true. I was at Emirates Stadium. I had to take some memorable photos. I definitely should have filmed more, but I had to take it in. I fully could not believe it. But it was such a letdown. We couldn't go into the dressing rooms because it was match day. After that, we took a sharp turn from Arsenal and went to Tottenham Stadium for a tour. Look, it was pretty new and it was pretty cool, but nowhere near as it compared to Anfield or the Emirates.
Thoughts? This place is fucking asshole.
Yeah, bloody oath.
Go the Gunners.
Well, we played some good football today. We pressed high, defended well. A little bit unfortunate for the...
Suss me up.
little bit unfortunate for the injuries, but all in all, I'm quite happy with the performance and on to the next match. Thank you.
By that time, it was 2 o'clock, so we headed back to the Emirates for the best day of my life. Game, found a lovely Greek restaurant, had a beautiful meal to get ready for the long drive home. But the day did not finish there. By 12 a.m. it started snowing. I'd never seen snow before, so the lads stopped at the server and had a little fun. Day 6, 8 a.m. sharp, we headed over to our first six-a-side game of the trip against Mark Rees and the Resilience Project. They consisted of pro, semi-pro, academy and aspiring footballers. One notable player we versed was Max McCarthy, who played for Stoke City last season and was actually the guy that injured me that game. It was a quick game, the lads started off well, but as time grew on we got pumped, although it was definitely a brilliant experience. By then, by 4 o'clock we headed over to the Etihad to watch Manchester City versus Tottenham, a very big game for the season, and along with that, I couldn't have asked for better seats. I was disappointed about how good the seats were for City in comparison to Arsenal, but I'm still glad. What a game. The perfect result for Arsenal and a perfect game to watch as a neutral. Starting day 7 off right, we headed to Old Trafford again, but this time we got let in. To be fair, the stadium is pretty sick. I like the old vibes of the brick walkways, but somewhere down the line, it needs an upgrade. The rest of the day consisted of some more shopping, again in Trafford Centre. We found an absolute sick shop filled with all signed gear from football players to rappers, but there is one thing we bought. It was a mini pool table. Half the boys were in the room playing pool and the other were fiddling with their little Lego toys. Hands down the best purchase of the trip. However, on the last day, none of us could fit it in our bag, so we left it there next to the main pool table. Day 8, we got up nice and early to have a private session with Mark Rees, so roll the clips.
My love's like a black black hole sun, so bright when it burns, so dark when it's done. So hard to relate to one when I find myself tripping off that blunt, tripping off this blunt. So I might be blunt if I do confront you. Don't run, don't run from the black hole sun.
I just put a new bitch up in a Volvo truck. Said she never seen LA. I put her on a plane, she's so in love. You know I just saw her, you act like that, you don't need no help. Look, I just pulled her up with my new bitch. I put under just pop my nuisance. I call him inside to feel like a new chick. And my black power, this ain't no new shit. I just got to deal like a
The day started off training at the Bolton Wanderers Academy ground. Forgot to record it, but it was a brilliant session. We then headed off to Bolton Stadium where we had lunch at a nearby shopping centre. But now we head over to Bolton Stadium tour. The day did not stop there. At 6:30 we headed off to United versus Chelsea for a thrilling game between two absolute bums. Nah, in all seriousness, it was a great game for a neutral fan. Take it, Greg. 9 AM sharp, we were on our way back to Bolton to play their under-16s academy. We got pumped 10-0. They were an absolute belter of a team. Other than the thrashing, it gave a real insight in what we need to work on as a team when we head over back to Australia next season. Chill day after that, took a trip to the pub for a quality feed. Day 7 wasn't on film. I actually had a game against Mark Reese's team again at 7 PM, which was an absolute belter of a game. I think I did extremely well. Day 12, the day the trip went to shit. Last night I vomited 6 times from coming down with food poisoning the day before. You can see it on my face and how pale and uncolorized it is. I cannot describe how bad I was feeling. The boys helped me through the day before I fell asleep. Then around at 4 PM, Dimmy says, "You coming?" And by that, he means Arsenal versus Villa. That was the hardest decision of my life. But realistically, I'm here, so why not? We hopped in the car and took a 1 hour and 30-minute drive of hell until we got there, and it was crazy.
They see me in, I wanna be losing, but I was just prepping myself for the win. She brought a friend, beat up the pussy, then I go and cop it and hop in the band. She love my music, but say it's confusing. I ran it up from the start to the end. But you just a fan, why I'ma tell you the ins and outs, how I run it on bands. I need that bag today, so I ain't got time to be tripping or writing no love song. Yeah.
Last full day in England, so we went shopping again. But what better food to ease food poisoning than sides? Yep, greasy burgers, greasy chips, soft drink, you love to see it. No footage for the rest of the day, so let's cut to some more food. My appetite was in the bin, so I ordered a chips and I ate 4. Final day. I've just been sick for 3 days, that's why I haven't been recording. And guess who's also sick? Kill myself. Get it. It's the last day. We're going to go to the airport in 6 hours. What's that?
I woke up at 3:15 this morning. I was hugging the porcelain throne till about 8 AM.
Yeah.
And then I had to take a shit, and it was like a fountain. Sunday, no, Monday. What day is it? Monday.
That's it, mate. Come on.
Home time.
But you know I'm walking through this shit. Look, 8 rounds in the 45, it go down. Look, 8 rounds in the 45.